Hey everybody, happy Monday. I personally love Monday. It's like my favorite day of the week. Everything's fresh again, a new start, new attitude. But anyway, I wanted to get on today to talk to you about something pretty serious. I posted a Substack on Friday. It didn't get a ton of engagement, but the graphic was pretty crummy, so maybe that had something to do with it. But I, sound the alarm a lot about issues, education, healthcare, insurance. The list is pretty long, and all of those issues being debated and resolved potentially are, dependent on a robust democracy. And what do I mean by a robust democracy? Well, it's one where not just one side of the issue is being heard or considered. We need to have discourse on both sides. We need to have usually some kind of compromise in the middle. Sometimes it's not possible. And I'm super concerned because we are, our executive and judiciary branches are becoming increasingly more one-sided, lopsided. The Senate isn't up for as many votes as seats as we would need this time around, and so Congress is really, in a lot of ways, our last effort to save democracy. And I know that sounds very heavy when I say it, like it's just like this lady, it's too extreme. She's extreme, but I really truly believe that we're at a crossroads. We need to get more moderate or left-leaning congressional seats in the midterms in 26. And the proposal of Gavin Newsom probably seems unorthodox and extreme, but we're in extreme times, and we need to fight fire with fire in this case. And his, as you probably know, last week Texas picked up more gerrymandered Republican seats, most likely Republican seats, and California is proposing to, or has put on the ballot for November, counteracting that with somewhat of a redistricting of its own to try to maintain that balance in Congress. It's really not a partisan issue. It's just a balance issue. It's not going to just affect policy, but if we get too much lopsided on one side, it could affect the very Constitution. They will maybe try to take away certain people's voting rights. They might try to extend, get rid of presidential term limits, which are things we've relied on over the decades, the centuries now, 250 years almost, to keep a sane balance in our federal government. So my Substack article talks about how you can do your part to try to maintain balance at the federal level and maybe to a lesser extent at the state level. So I encourage you to support Governor Newsom. Send him a letter saying you're behind him. Send him a few bucks. I sent him $100 to try to make sure that his efforts don't go unsupported. And also you could reach out to governors in New York, Wisconsin. There are others that have maybe a chance to do similar measures in their own states. And even maybe more important, or is certainly equally important, is to get people to run in your district, your congressional district, good candidates to run, people that aren't going to side with their own special interests or big businesses, or that are going to support people, individuals, what's good for the common person, what's good for most people, not the 1%, not even the 1%, the 0.1%. We need to make sure that those are the first, what we're considering first and foremost in government. Happy Monday, right? So you can also help get people who maybe have fallen off the voter rolls. I know there are thousands of people that have fallen off the voter rolls right here in Duval County that we need to re-sign up. We also, some of them have moved or died, of course, but we have certainly a larger number than you would think would just be covered by those two groups. So we need to make sure people are registered. We need to motivate people to register, that their vote does count, that it does matter, that we're trying to affect change to help people, the average person. And we need to support candidates. You know, we need to say, we're going to support you financially. We're going to get out and canvass for you. We're going to do whatever we can to make that all your efforts worthwhile. So I've gone on now way longer than I wanted to. I appreciate your time. Would you please just check out my Substack, consider doing some of the things that I outline in my Substack to help save democracy, because all the other things that I talk about aren't going to really matter anymore if we don't save the structure of our democracy. If any of this doesn't make sense, if you have any other thoughts, suggestions, ideas for what we can do, please do not hesitate to call me, text me, message me, leave something in the comments. Please try to, be kind, try to understand where I'm coming from, that I'm coming from a place where I want to help people, that I'm not trying to propose something way out there. So be respectful in your comments. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your effort and energy, and I'm here to listen. Thank you. Have a great rest of your Monday, great rest of your week. Okay, bye.